In 1800, the area that would one day rise as Phoenix was home to the Akimel O'odham people, reaching about 2,000 resilient souls in scattered villages amid the vast Sonoran desert. It was a rugged, life-affirming frontier settlement, shaped by the unforgiving heat, the vital Salt River, and the enduring legacy of ancient Hohokam canals. In this video, I use modern AI tools to bring historic paintings and engravings to life, allowing us to shift perspective, change camera angles, move through scenes in ways their original artists never could. First, I want to talk about the Salt River, a waterway I didn't know nearly enough about before starting this research. By the 1800s, the Salt River was far more than a seasonal stream. It was the pulsing artery of O'odham life, surging with snowmelt from distant mountains, carving through the parched valley to sustain fields of corn, beans and squash in a land where every drop counted. Picture this. You're standing on the riverbank at dawn, the cool mist rising against the relentless sun, hearing the gentle rush of water over stones, mingled with the calls of desert birds. Villages of brush and adobe huts cluster nearby, smoke curling from cooking fires, as families tend irrigation ditches, channels first dug by ancestors centuries ago, now rebuilt with ingenious care to defy the drought. Shifting our view higher, like a hawk soaring above, the valley unfolds as a patchwork of green oases amid endless sands, dotted with saguaro cacti standing sentinel. Trade paths snake through the desert, linking these communities to distant tribes, carrying baskets of cotton and tobacco for exchange. Yet this harmony came with tension. The river could flood without warning, or dry to a trickle, testing the people's ingenuity. I didn't realise how deeply their engineering echoed the Hohokam, who once supported tens of thousands here with over 135 miles of canals, a feat unmatched in prehistoric North America. This is not just history, this is history brought to life. Sometimes I wish I could step back and feel the earth underfoot, breathing in that dry herbal air. You might be surprised at the sophistication hidden in this seemingly empty land. It's hard not to feel how close the past really is, especially when these lifelines, the river, the canals, the desert routes, laid the foundation for everything that followed. As we settle into the rhythm of daily life here along the Salt River in 1800, imagine the sun climbing high, turning the air thick with the scent of creosote and blooming mesquite. This wasn't a solitary outpost, it was a web of interconnected villages, home to the Akimel O'odham, river people whose ways had endured for generations, blending with occasional Spanish traders from the south. Governance flowed from respected elders and kinship ties, not distant decrees, making decisions in council circles under ramadas, where wisdom was shared like water from a communal olla. You might be surprised how trade pulsed at the heart of it all, a lively exchange that knit this desert world together. Footpaths and faint wagon trails converged at gathering spots near the river's bends, where O'odham farmers bartered surplus maize and tipuri beans for Hopi cotton blankets or Pima shell jewellery from the west. Spanish influence added a layer of intrigue. Horses, now tamed from wild mustangs, stamped in corrals, while silver bits and wool serapes trickled in from Tucson missions, over 100 miles south. Deals were struck with a nod and a woven basket, one early explorer's journal notes, capturing the trust built over shared smokes of tobacco rolled in corn husks. Picture a bustling market scene at midday. Women in deerskin skirts and bright red shawls kneel by low fires, grinding mesquite pods into sweet flour with stone metates, their laughter cutting through the hum of conversation in O'odham dialects laced with Spanish loanwords. Children dart between, chasing scuttling lizards or mimicking the calls of Gambel's quail, while men repair canal gates with mesquite stakes and adobe clay, their hands calloused from the unyielding earth. This ingenuity wasn't just survival, it was art. Canals snaking up to 10 miles, channeling life into terraced fields that yielded 2 harvests a year in a land most called barren. yet hierarchy whispered through the dust. Elders held sway as storytellers and healers, dispensing remedies from saguaro fruit and willow bark, their ramadas adorned with eagle feathers symbolizing spiritual authority. Skilled weavers and potters, often women, commanded quiet respect, their coiled baskets, tightly woven with devil's claw blackwork, fetching premium trades and marking family status. Immigrants from other tribes, like the Tohono O'odham to the south, brought new songs and recipes, enriching the mix without erasing the core O'odham identity rooted in harmony with the land. Culture bloomed in unexpected corners too. Evenings brought songs around the fire, recounting Hohokam ancestors who vanished centuries before, their ball courts and platform mounds still visible as grassy humps nearby. Reminders of a time when this valley fed 40,000 souls. Rituals marked the seasons, the Viakita ceremony in winter, with masked dancers invoking rain spirits through rhythmic foot stomps on packed earth, drums echoing like thunder. Diversity showed in the faces, O'odham with sun-darkened skin and high cheekbones mingling with rarer Mexican vaqueros, their guitars strumming corridos under starlit skies. I didn't know nearly enough about these resilient threads before diving in, the way a single family's canal could feed dozens, or how Spanish missions like San Xavier del Bac to the south pulled some toward Catholicism, while others clung to traditional rain prayers. It makes you pause and imagine the warmth of that firelit circle, the taste of fresh saguaro wine sharp on your tongue. Step back nearly 225 years, and you feel the control wasn't iron-fisted, but woven into the landscape itself, a delicate balance of river's gift and desert's demand. But whispers of change were stirring from the east, American explorers charting paths that would soon upend this world. It's hard not to wonder what tensions simmered just beneath the surface. The balance was fragile. One missed rain in the mountains, one broken canal gate, and hunger stalked the villages like a shadow. By 1800, the Salt River Valley had already endured centuries of strain. The ancient Hohokam canals, those engineering marvels that once fed tens of thousands, lay half-ruined, choked with silt and mesquite roots after mysterious abandonment around 1450. The Akimel O'odham rebuilt what they could, but the network was a fraction of its former glory. Droughts hit hard. Years like the late 1790s brought almost no snowmelt, turning fields to dust and forcing families to dig emergency wells or migrate temporarily to higher springs. Floods were worse, sudden, merciless. A single summer thunderstorm far upstream could send a wall of water roaring down the normally placid river, wiping out months of labour in hours. Adobe homes dissolved back into mud. Cornstalks vanished. One Spanish expedition in 1801 reported entire villages relocated after such a deluge, the people salvaging what pots and baskets they could carry. Then came the outsiders, and with them new pressures. Apache raids intensified along the northern edges. Swift horse-mounted warriors struck for livestock, crops, captives. The O'odham responded with vigilance. Scouts on hilltops, hidden caches of food, alliances with neighbouring tribes. But losses mounted, families mourned. Villages pulled closer together for defence, abandoning more isolated farms. From the south, Spanish military expeditions pushed north, demanding tribute, labour, even conversion. Missionaries at San Xavier del Bac drew some O'odham into the mission orbit, splitting communities between those who adopted Catholic rituals for protection and those who resisted, clinging fiercely to traditional ceremonies. Tensions simmered. Accusations of sorcery flew during hard times. Old alliances frayed. Disease followed the trade paths. Smallpox scars appear in early 19th century accounts, outbreaks likely carried by Mexican traders or fleeing mission Indians. With no immunity, entire households could vanish in weeks. I didn't realise how close this world came to breaking before diving into the records. One particularly brutal stretch, drought in 1798, major flood in 1799, intensified raids in 1800, pushed the population to its limits. Spanish sources estimate the Acimel o Odum along the Gila and Salt rivers dropped sharply in those years. Some villages emptied entirely. Picture the exhaustion. A mother grinding what little grain remained, watching her children grow thin. Warriors returning empty-handed from a failed counter-raid. Elders debating whether to abandon ancestral lands for safer ground farther south. Yet they adapted. They endured. Canals were repaired again. New fields opened. Alliances shifted. The people held. But the greatest disruptions were still gathering on the horizon. American trappers, Mormon scouts, gold seekers, all drawn by rumours of fertile land in an empty desert. This is the edge we're standing on now. A thriving culture tested by nature's cruelty and human ambition. It's hard not to feel the weight of those uncertain nights, wondering if the river would give life again, or take it all away. From the brink, renewal stirred like a desert bloom after rare rain. The Acimel o Odum didn't just survive, they reclaimed their world with quiet determination. In the early 1800s, as droughts eased and floods receded, families returned to battered villages, shovels in hand. Canals were dredged deeper, lined with willow branches to hold back silt, extending the Hohokam legacy into a new era. By 1810, fields greened again, yielding bountiful harvests that rebuilt food stores and strengthened trade ties. Alliances with the Piposh, Maricopa people who joined them along the Gila River, formed a united front against Apache threats, sharing scouts and resources in a pact sealed by shared ceremonies. You can imagine the relief, smoke rising once more from armadas, children playing freely as elders passed down canal-building techniques honed over generations. Spanish influence, once a source of division, evolved into selective adaptation. Iron tools from missions improved farming, while Odum healers blended willow bark teas with introduced herbs, fostering a resilient hybrid culture. Raids lessened as joint patrols pushed back intruders, allowing villages to expand slightly, from scattered huts to clusters fortified with thorny ocotillo fences. Order returned through community rhythms. Governance by elders emphasised consensus, resolving disputes in sweat lodges where steam cleared minds and spirits. Trade flourished anew, with cotton woven into fine cloth exchanged for Navajo turquoise, linking the valley to broader networks. Women's roles in pottery and weaving gained prominence, their artistry not just practical, but symbolic of endurance, patterns echoing ancient Hohokam designs found in unearthed shards. Yet this recovery carried scars. Population hovered around 2,000, a shadow of the Hohokam's peak, but ingenuity shone. Innovations like deeper wells tapped underground aquifers, turning arid patches into viable farms. I wish I could have witnessed that first post-drought harvest festival, the air alive with songs of gratitude, drums beating in unison under a full moon. Step forward through time, and this resilience echoes in modern Phoenix. Founded in 1867 by Jack Swilling, who revived those very Hohokam canals to irrigate the valley, the city rose on Odum foundations. Today, the Salt River Project manages a vast water system inspired by those ancient channels, powering a metropolis of millions. You can still visit remnants. Pueblo Grande Museum preserves Hohokam ruins, while the Gila River Indian community, home to Acimel o Odum and Piposh, thrives, blending tradition with contemporary life. This is as close as we get to that dream of time travel, seeing how a desert outpost transformed into a booming urban centre. The river, once a lifeline amid chaos, now symbolises enduring spirit. It's hard not to feel nostalgic for that raw ingenuity, a reminder that from near collapse comes profound evolution. If there's another city, moment, or scene you'd like brought back to life, let me know in the comments. I'd love to keep building this journey with you. Your choice could be featured next.